Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mitch Terry back with another fantasy video, and today I'm looking at TJ Hockenson. How good could he be in 2023? Let's take a look at some of his numbers. After the Vikings trade, he had 90 targets, 63 receptions, 599 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had a total of 109 fantasy points. So in this time frame from weeks 8 to 18, he was number 2 in targets behind, of course, Kelsey, tied for first in total receptions. Kelsey at 63 as well. Number 2 to Travis Kelsey in total receiving yards. Kelsey is just on another level. And if you're getting close to him, then you're in good company, obviously. So he's tied for 11th in total touchdowns with 6 other tight ends. That's kind of where the hit takes, but that's okay. He was ranked 4th in total points per game behind Kelsey, Kittle, and Komet. Komet kind of came on late there with Justin Fields, so that's why he kind of jumped him. Plus, where TJ Hockenson was a bit lower on touchdowns. That's why Kelsey and Kittle are above him. But he also ranked 3rd in total fantasy points, and that was behind Kelsey and Kittle. Now, these fantasy points are based off of half PPR. That's the way we play. That's the way my main keeper league goes. So that's the way I usually go about that, but it still comes out to about the same. So, at this rate, with the 17-game pace, it gives you 153 targets, 107 receptions, 1,018 yards, and 5 touchdowns, which is good for about 10.9 fantasy points per game, about 11. So, if you take this sample size and rank it against the competition last year, he was first among tight ends with total targets, only by 1, though. Kelsey ended up with 152. But if he's getting 150 targets for a tight end, that's what you want. That's what you have to look at, the volume. So he ends up being 2nd in receptions with only 3 behind Kelsey, 2nd in yards, which he's about 200 yards behind Kelsey, but again, Kelsey's on another level. So he's tied for 7th with total touchdowns. Again, that was the only knock on TJ Hockenson after the Vikings trade, but it's a high-powered offense, and they like to throw the ball. He still comes out in 2nd for total fantasy points. Kelsey ended up with 261. And then 3rd in fantasy points per game. Kelsey and Kittle, they both had over 10 touchdowns. So, of course, they're going to be a bit higher. So if we can get TJ Hockenson's touchdowns up, and he's giving you these kind of numbers, he could possibly be the tight end 1. So I done a mock draft. I do these on Sleeper. You can check these out for yourself. You can just kind of practice mocking. I just like to do it just to kind of see where players go. Okay, so as you can see, TJ Hockenson goes at 6.2. Travis Kelsey goes first in the first round. This is only 10 teams. Mark Andrews goes in the 3rd. Kittle in the 4th. Kyle Pitts in the 5th. And then TJ Hockenson in the back end of the 6th, or the 1st of the 6th. So I'd rather take Hockenson over Andrews and Pitts as of right now. George Kittle, you can at least see the argument. So TJ Hockenson in the 6th round, he's a steal. He's 5th tight end drafted, but giving number 2 overall tight end stats, which could possibly be number 1. Has potential to become fantasy tight end number 1 overall with more touchdowns. Okay, again, Kelsey and Kittle both had 10-plus touchdowns. And that's what gave them the upper hand above him. So with Adam Thielen, he's now in Carolina. He seems to be the 2nd option next to Jefferson. Mark Andrews' quarterback situation is up in the air with Lamar Jackson. And Kyle Pitts, as much as I'm a huge Kyle Pitts fan, and I think he could be phenomenal. But, my goodness, Arthur Smith doesn't run the ball. I mean, he only runs the ball, doesn't hardly pass it. And then when they do pass it, you've got Ritter back there throwing it. So problems with this mock draft. It's early. It's a little too early. It's April. Another thing, we're drafting against computer-generated players. This is just Sleeper's rankings, and then the computer just drafts someone based off rankings, so that's just kind of what it's going on by. Also, Vikings could draft a wide receiver. Overall, TJ Hockenson could possibly give you ton of numbers at a discount price this year. The thing is, if he's falling to the 6th round come August, you want to try to nab him up maybe a round or two earlier than that. If he falls to you in the 6th or later, you're getting an absolute steal. Like I said, he'll probably move up the charts, but this is just something to keep your eye on leading up into the draft. Again, it's early, but it never hurts to look a little too early. So, anyway, thanks for checking out the video. I hope this helps. And maybe come August, we'll all get TJ Hockenson at a discount price.